The Bay Area's rock station, 107.7 The Bone.
And in the studio of this Cumulus station, Mr. Rob Halford, who's going to be performing at the Regency Ballroom tomorrow night with Cylinder and the Halford Band. It's been a long time since we've had him here. Priest obviously has been through a few times, but you've just got to appease the Priest fans of the Bay Area. They're going to want to know what's next for Priest.
We're booking the world tour pretty much as we speak. I guess it'll kick off in the spring of 2010. We're planning to go out for at least 2 years like we normally do. And
another two after two from Nostradamus?
Probably.
Wow.
And
okay.
It takes that long to go around the world, you know. I mean, it's not 2 years solidly on the road, but I mean, you spend a number of weeks or months in Europe, and you take a little break, then you do North America, take a little break, South America, then you do go over to Japan, Australia, and then a year's gone. You know, suddenly a year has just evaporated. Because that's the power that Priest still has. I mean, we have all these wonderful fans around the world that just can't wait to see us, and so it takes a while to get round to playing for everybody. So that's what we'll be doing. And musically, I suppose, I mean, we haven't really talked as of yet, but I'm just making assumptions. We've still got to do some British Steel shows, I would imagine, because we only play British Steel in select areas on the American tour. And then
there's a rumor that you're going to continue to do full album suites as you continue to tour. Is there a thought on that?
I don't know. I mean, as soon as we said let's do this British Steel thing, people were going, you know, it's the so-and-so anniversary of Screaming for Vengeance. And, oh my God! And then in like 2020, it's the anniversary of something. Like what? 2020? I shall be, you know, in my recliner with my Zimmer frame on the one side.
That's probably the management company saying that, because management companies don't do that kind of math.
No, they don't. They just like, oh, then we can get this released, and then we can get the yeah. But the British Steel tour was absolutely incredible. It was just a very special moment for the band because of what that record represented. 1980 was the big year for heavy metal. Suddenly it became this massively growing experience.
You opened the door for Van Halen and Motley Crue and all the bands that ended up owning the 80s. Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. So the 80s were just really, really special for a lot of us. And so that's what British Steel kind of captured in terms of that emotion. And, of course, making it as we did at John Lennon's former house outside of London was a real treat. But it's just the music, you know, and to play it in the sequence of the running order was quite special because we'd never done that before. And for the fans as well, for a lot of the fans that have been with us through all of these years, it was like we all went back in a time machine, you know. Where were you at this point in your life, and what were you experiencing? That's the great thing about music. It takes you to these different places that you remember. So we'll, you know, I dare say we'll consider doing some more British Steel shows, and then we've got all these hundreds of Priest songs to pick and choose and make a new set list for, and anything else that might be on the horizon.
Ideas for new music?
For Priest? I don't know. I mean, it just happens, doesn't it? I mean, I don't think we've ever really sat down and specifically said, this is what we're going to do. It's just what Priest has been making for the last almost 4 decades. We go through a cycle of touring and writing and recording, and that's what we do. And I would imagine, knowing you know, KK and Glenn, that they're noodling away in the UK right now, which would be the middle of the night, but that would be
probably about when they're doing
midnight.
it.
They're riffing, you know, and I'll be back in the UK at Christmas time, and I'm sure we'll be talking. But you
get a Priest disturbance in the force when they're noodling across the other side of the plane.
Going through the bed frames as I'm trying to sleep. Yeah, it's exciting. There's always another metal song to write, isn't there? There's always another show to do, and the reason you do it is because you love it with such a passion that it's such an internally important part of you as a musician, but equally this incredible fan base that supports what we do, not just for Priest or me, but for everybody in metal. Your fans are the lifeblood. The fans keep you keep you motivated.
It really is more and more a community and more and more a family.
Definitely, yeah. And I think that's the special thing that we have in heavy metal. I know all music has it to some degree, but it's fierce. With metal, it's very fierce. It's very, very protective and very. Don't you say that about my band, you know? And it's just this wonderful, wonderful power that the metal fans have. So we should be experiencing that tomorrow night at the Regency.
Tomorrow night at the Regency with Cylinder, the Halford Band, finally back in the Bay Area after close to a decade. And I know we're like running super duper late, but because I love Rob Halford stories. Have you got one for us?
Well, I've just gave you the Maynard one.
I know.
Have I got another one?
I'm wretched.
Oh, shall we tell everybody at the KK?
Yes.
About?
Yes.
You see, we should leave the mics on. I mean, I love this radio station and the great music you play, but some of the stories that happen while the music's jamming. I was just saying to Nikki, the last time I was in San Francisco when Priest played here, we stayed at the hotel not too far from here. And then we had two or three wonderful days in San Francisco, and then we left to go somewhere else, another 200 or 300 mile journey. So I take off in my tour bus, and then the band takes off in another tour bus, and then I don't see the guys until later on that night, and then the tour manager, Jim Silver, is coming up to me, and he's got tears coming out of his face. He's roaring, what the hell's happened? He said, we left KK in San Francisco. Did what?
Laughing tears, right?
Well, it was his fault. You know, I checked the bus and he's the only one that gets straight to the bunk, and the drapes were pulled on the bunk, and I thought he was asleep, and he wasn't. He said we almost got to the next place, and I had this frantic phone call from London going, you've left KK in San Francisco, turn around and go back. He said, we can't, we've just got here. So that's basically what happened. KK was doing something in the lobby. All the buses had left. He'd got nothing but the clothes he was standing in. His cell phone, everything was already on the bus. And he said, I came out the hotel, looked to the left, there's no bus, look to the right, and there's the band bus going off for the distance. And I'm going, stop, you've left me, turn around, come back. And of course, he thought it was a joke. He thought, they're just winding me up. It's a British thing, having some fun.
I hear you guys have a sense of humor.
5 minutes, they're not back. 10 minutes. Well, 20 minutes later, I'm still standing outside, the hotel, just in my clothes, got nothing. And now what am I going to do? But so through, cheer,
some kind people at the hotel,
perseverance, and some wonderful help from the hotel staff, he made several phone calls via London and Birmingham and this place and that place back over to California and got a hold of Jim, and I think they had to send him a vehicle to take him to another spot where the bus had turned round and pick him up and so forth. But this is just another day in the life of the priest, And
it just goes to show that nobody is too important not to get left behind.
That's it. That's the way it is. I mean, I had it today with Maynard. I would have been still walking to San Francisco. So it's a wonderful world of heavy metal.
Cheers to that. And thank you so much for coming in. We absolutely adore having you in the studio.
I've enjoyed myself.
See Rob Halford tomorrow night with the Halford Band at the Regency in San Francisco. Tickets are on sale now at aeglive.com. I will see you there, and we are going to leave you with some Priest before Jaeger gets the let out. It's 107.7 The Bone.
107.7 The Bone.
Streaming online at 1077thebone.com.